you who don't know me, my name is Erin, and yin is what I love. So I'm excited to get to hold space and share energy with you guys tonight for our yin practice focused on this full moon that just happened. So we always begin with legs up the wall. So finding a space next to the wall, or you can be supported by a couch or a chair, just something to support the legs. So if you need to move your mat, scooch it next to the wall, just for this first pose, finding some support. So we'll come laying on the side, scooch as close as you can to the wall, roll onto the back, send the legs up, the feet are slightly separated, and your feet are flexed. Then the arms go up above the head. If you have that eye pillow or eye mask, cover the eyes. The hands are above the head, palms are facing up. The shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. So trying to have the legs as straight as possible, but if you need to have a bend, that's totally fine. Just finding a bit of comfort, beginning to settle in, beginning to notice the breath. So beginning to notice the inhale and the exhale. Just becoming more aware. Taking those long, deep inhales and full, complete exhales. We'll use the breath in our first pose to begin to tune in, letting any worries or stress start to melt away from the day, letting go of any other thoughts or things that you might have going on, and really just beginning to arrive on your mat, using the breath to arrive in yourself. Giving your space this next hour just for you. Yin is all about creating space. And we use our breath, our most powerful tool, to create more spaciousness in the body. You might notice some trembling or some shaking or swaying, maybe in the legs, maybe in the arms. And just know that this is totally normal. If you feel any of these sensations, it's your nervous system recalibrating. So in yin, we allow the nervous system to rest. We allow our bodies to come into their parasympathetic state, this space where we can really rest and digest. Opening up space to heal ourselves from the inside out. So if you feel any of that shaking or trembling, just know that it's your body releasing tension, releasing stress. It's your nervous system having the ability to allow the body to be in a space where it can restore and replenish itself during our poses tonight. we use our breath in our postures, thinking about using your full round of breath, your full yogic breath. So we breathe into the belly first. Feel the belly expand and rise. Then we breathe into the lungs. Feel the rib cage expand and open. With the exhale, we empty the lungs first, and then we empty the belly. So taking these full rounds of breath. We have about a minute left here. So really allow the lower back to sink into the earth beneath you. Allow the shoulders to release. Allow all the muscles in your body to let go. Taking a few more breaths here. And in yin, we release slowly from our poses so we don't activate the muscles. So with your next exhale, you're going to slowly start to bend the knees towards the chest. Bringing them down, down. When you're ready, rolling over to the side. Use your palm, the arms to lift up. Just move slightly away from the wall. Come back lying on the back. Bring the feet wide, about mat distance apart, and allow the knees to touch. So the feet are wide, the knees touch. The hands are by the side, palms facing up. Chin is slightly tucked towards the chest. We take a few breaths here, allowing the energy to settle, allowing the spine to settle. When you're ready, rolling over to the side, use the hands and arms to bring you up. And then find a comfy seat for me to demonstrate our next pose. We're going to be moving into half lord of the fishes. So we're going to send the feet out long, flexing the feet, rooting down through your sit bones. Send the crown of the head up towards the sky. From here, bending the right knee, crossing the right foot over the left. You might stay here if this feels deep enough for you, or you might bend the left foot in, still rooting through the sit bones. So the foot is just next to your thigh. You might stay here, or you'll come and bring the right foot in front of the knee. So the right ankle is in front of the left knee. Then we bring the right hand behind us on the floor to support. And then the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Bring the elbow across the body, touching the knee. Bring your thumb to the forehead. So the left thumb comes to the forehead. The arm is reaching for the opposite knee. The elbow is touching the opposite knee. And that right foot is in front of the knee. And then we begin to settle in. Begin to come back to the breath. Those full, deep inhales and total, complete exhales. And in any of our poses tonight, if you have any swaying or any twitching, Yin is really about holding space for your body to heal itself. So if you feel any of that, rocking or swaying, just allow the body to release and let it go. So here in Half Lord of the Fishes, we come to work with the spleen. Yin is all based around our 5 primary organs, and each of our poses works with a different organ. And tonight, in order to honor the full moon, we're going to be working with several of these organs with our postures tonight. So this full moon in Scorpio that just happened 2 nights ago, and the full moon energy can be felt for around 3 days after the full moon and a few days before the full moon. This one was a really powerful one. It was a super full moon in Scorpio, and it's prepping us for eclipse season that is coming. So there's a lot of energy that some of you might have felt, so I thought it would be nice to work with the energy of the moon since it's still here with us. And this full moon is all about healing and compassion. It's also about finding the beauty in endings in our lives. So it's all about transition and finding ease and grace in transitions in our life. So because of that, I decided to start with the spleen, because the spleen is our organ of transformation. It allows us to move through changes in our lives with ease and purpose and grace. So a few more breaths here, really allowing all of the muscles to release and let go. Take 2 more full, deep breaths. With your next exhale, release the thumb first, and then you're going to slowly release the legs, send them out long in front of you. Root through those sit bones again, and just take a few breaths back in neutral. Becoming aware of how the body is feeling. And then when you're ready, we'll go for the other side. So you're going to bend the left knee this time, cross the left foot over the right. Maybe stay here. Maybe tuck the right foot in, rooting down through those sit bones. And then bring the left ankle in front of the right knee. Then the left hand comes behind you, palm is down on the ground to support you. The right arm goes up to the sky, and then the right elbow comes to the left knee. The right thumb comes back to the third eye point. So finding the variation that works best for you. And then using the breath to settle in. Beginning to let all of the muscles go. In Yin, we move past the muscle, we come into the fascia, our connective tissue, to clear out tension and tightness, to increase flexibility, to move stuck energy in the body. So this super full moon in Scorpio was also working with the energy of our solar plexus. So when thinking about being able to transition with ease and grace in our lives, it comes from a strong sense of self, a strong sense of inner knowing, a belief in self, that everything is going to work out, that things will happen exactly as they're supposed to and they're meant for you. And that's all around our solar plexus, which is the chakra that honors the spleen. So allowing yourself to really tap into your inner strength, your inner sense of self, coming from this strong place of self, to be open to any endings that are coming in your life, so that you can allow new beginnings. So that you can open up for all that is meant for you. Taking a few more full, deep breaths. With your next exhale, releasing the hand, untucking the feet, sending them out long, taking a few breaths here. Coming back to center, back to neutral. And then we're gonna go for a little twist. So we're gonna start lying on the back for this pose. So you'll come on the back. The arms will be out at shoulder height. The palms are facing down. Palms are down. So you'll inhale here, you'll exhale, drop your knees over to the left. And what you want to do is put the right knee in line with the right hip and the right ankle in line with the right knee. So you're creating this 90-degree angle with your right leg. And then the left foot comes on top of the right knee, just above the right knee. So you don't want to rest it on the knee joint, you want to bring it just above the knee joint. We're stretching and opening this right side of the body. So the right leg is bent at 90 degrees, the left foot comes just above the right knee. The palms are facing down, and then you can look over to the right. Drop the gaze over to the right. This can be pretty intense. A lot of us hold quite a bit of tension here in the front body, in the front of the hip, in the front of the thigh. So you might feel a bit of tension here. Remembering to use the breath to breathe in, create space, gather up any of that tightness or that discomfort. And then we exhale and let it go. So here we're working on connecting with that sense of self, to be able to go through transitions in our lives. And here we're connecting with the stomach channel, so the stomach meridian, which runs down the entire front body. And the stomach is the partner organ to our spleen. So they work together to allow us. The stomach is all about allowing us to transform the nutrients we take into our body so that our body has the energy it needs. And it supports the spleen in the emotional aspect of that strong sense of self. This full moon energy is also highly cleansing and detoxifying for our body. So here, in this slight twist and opening up our stomach channel, we're helping to detoxify and clean out the body, which is helping to prepare us for the eclipse season that's coming after this super full moon. So about a minute left here, really allowing all of the muscles to relax. Fully dropping into the pose. Taking about 4 more deep cleansing breaths. And with your next exhale, bring the head back to center first. Then slowly lift the left foot off of the right. You're going to bring the knees back up. Allow the lower back to connect with the earth. Bring the hands by the side and just take a few breaths here. The knees can be apart or the knees can be together, whatever feels best for your lower back. And just take a few breaths before we go to the opposite side. Allow everything to come back to neutral. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale here. Exhale, this time drop over to the right. And you're making that 90-degree angle with the left foot. So the left knee is in line with the left hip, and the ankle is in line with the knee, flexing the foot to protect the knee joint. And then bringing the right foot just above the left knee. The arms are out at shoulder height, palms are down. And then we look over to the left. So the most important part is this 90-degree angle in the leg, just as close as you can get it. Because we're opening up this whole meridian now on the right side, on the left side of the body, which is where our stomach, our physical stomach sits. So as you come into your posture, coming back to your breath, closing the eyes, connecting with the inhale and the exhale. So during this full moon, it was guiding us. It's guiding us to honor the beauty of endings. So endings sometimes can carry a lot of pain and sadness. It can be sad to see something leave from our lives. But if we're open to it, and we choose to connect with the awareness within, it's also endings that come to bring new beginnings in our lives. is creating the space and opening for an amazing new beginning. Every ending is creating the space and opening for an amazing new beginning. So some of us might be experiencing changes in the way that we work, or changes in the way that our day-to-day lives function. A lot of people have things that are ending or shifting or changing in their lives, and sometimes it can be hard to let go of things that maybe are taking space in our life that we don't really need, or there's something taking up space in your life that actually needs to be let go of, so that you have the space, the capacity for a new beginning of something that's truly meant for you. And I loved the quote because of the way it talks about creating the space for a new beginning. And yin is all about making that space, creating spaciousness in our bodies. Let's take 3 more full, complete breaths here. With your next exhale, bring your head back to center. Unhook the foot. Bring the knees back up towards the sky. Lower back grounded, hands by the side, palms facing up. Knees can be separated or touching. You choose what feels best. Taking a few breaths here. When you're ready, rolling over to the side, use your palm. Allow the arm to help you up, not using your back muscles. Try not to activate our muscles if possible. So our next pose is crocodile pose. So we're going to start working with the lungs a little bit. So you're going to start on your belly in a sphinx pose. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. You're going to bring the feet mat distance apart. The tops of the feet are touching. We're creating this slight little back bend here to start our pose. Then we're going to send the left arm forward. You're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. The palm is facing up. Then you're going to cross the left arm in front of the right arm. The palm is facing up. So your arms are crossing in front of the body. Now you might want to grab your pillow or your cushion or a block and use it as support for the head. If you feel like your head is going to hang really heavy, we don't want to put pressure on the neck. So go ahead and get a prop to support you. Or you can tuck the toes, shift the hips forward, and then allow the forehead to drop towards the mat. But if this is feeling really intense on your neck, we don't want to push the body, so feel free to grab a support, a blanket, or your cushion to support the head. So you find what feels best for the body. And then as you come into your pose, coming back to the breath. Here in our crocodile pose, we're shifting from working with the spleen to working with the lungs. And like we just said, the space, the energy right now is all about honoring endings in our lives, finding the beauty in an ending so we can create the space for new beginnings. So I decided for us to work with a lung pose tonight. because the lungs are the organ of letting go. They're actually the organ of releasing from the body. In Yin, the lungs are known as Po in their spiritual aspect, and Po is our corporal soul. It's our corporal body, our physical body that our soul moves around in. So here, as we work the lungs, we allow anything that's been trapped in the body, especially related to grief or the inability to let go, to be released and moved out. And the lung line runs across the chest and through the arms, and that's why we have the arms in the position that they're in. And the lung meridian ends in the pointer finger and the thumb finger. So a lot of people, when we do lung work or lung poses, sometimes you feel like electricity or like pins and needles or like shocks in this area of the body, in the pointer finger and the thumb finger. And that's energy that's gotten stuck in the lung line, releasing and moving out, because this is the end of that line. Lung 1 also begins on the front of the shoulders. So if you're feeling it there in the front of the shoulders, you're just releasing it from the first point of that line. So allowing yourself to fully release, to fully come into your pose. Taking 3 more cleansing breaths. With your next exhale, you're just kind of going to roll over to the right. Release the left arm, use the elbow, release the right, and we'll come back to that Sphinx for our neutral pose. So bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, palms are wide, shoulders away from the ears. We take a few breaths here, letting everything settle, coming back to center. When you're ready, we send the right hand forward. This time, tuck the left arm underneath the right palm facing up. Send that right arm in front of the left. Again, use your prop for your forehead if you want it, or tuck the toes, roll the hips forward, and drop the head towards the mat. Palms are facing up. And maybe even see if you can feel the lungs expanding here. So breathing in, expanding the rib cage, expanding the lungs, opening up, creating space. Allow yourself to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Maybe habits in your life that you've been feeling stuck in, or you can feel your soul asking you to let go of. Maybe it's too much screen time or the types of food that you eat. So allowing yourself to come into a space where you can start to let go, start to transition, start to have that transformation that's meant for you. Maybe it's old grief from a relationship, or grief about your relationship with yourself. And sometimes in Yin, we have releases from the body, like you might feel that tingling or a shooting sensation, or maybe tears come out of nowhere, you don't understand it, and sometimes it's okay just to allow those things to release. We don't necessarily have to know exactly the trauma or the thing or the wound that it's coming from, but just knowing that you're creating the space for the body to release, for the body to let go. The lungs are also all about hope and trust. So as we let go of anything that's stuck and allowing it to move out of the body, we get to come in this space of hope and trust for our future, which, like I said earlier, being able to be open and find the beauty in endings, and then transition with ease into new beginnings, comes up from this place of trusting yourself, trusting that you're being supported, a strong sense of inner knowing. Taking a few more deep, full breaths into those lungs. When you're ready, slowly transitioning out, maybe rocking a little to the left, release the elbow, release the left elbow, coming back to that Sphinx. Elbows under the shoulders, eyes are closed. Taking a few breaths here. Then when you're ready, you can just push up and back. Come into a comfy seat, and I'll show our next pose. I'm excited because our next pose is a heart pose. So for our heart pose, you'll need your bolster or your couch cushion or your pillow, whatever you're using as a bolster today. And you're gonna bring it kind of towards the middle of the mat. The top of the body is gonna go on the top of the mat, so bring it a little bit towards the middle or the bottom of the mat. You're gonna come sitting on your prop, and the top of whatever you're using is gonna come to this middle of the upper back, this thoracic spine area. So for women, it's where the bra line is. You're gonna be lifting and opening the rib cage and lifting and opening the heart. So we'll sit on our prop, we'll come back. If you have your eye pillow or your eye mask, have it nearby. And then this edge of your prop is lifting and opening the rib cage. So you're lifting the bottom of the ribs, you're opening up the heart. If you have that eye pillow or eye mask, place it on the eyes. You're gonna bring the feet opposite side of the mat and let the feet flop out to the side. So your feet are wide on the mat. Let them flop out to the side. And then the arms, you can choose. If it was feeling really tight in your lung line in that last pose, you might bring the arms out at shoulder height, bending the arms at 90 degrees, and then palms open upward. So you might come, this is called dragon arms, elbows bent at 90 degrees, arms out at shoulder height. Or you can just have the hands by the side, palms facing up, or reach the arms straight overhead, palms facing up. So you choose what feels best for your body. Closing the eyes if you can. Coming back to the breath. Imagining every muscle in your body releasing and letting go. Maybe sending a few breaths into the heart space. beginning to connect more deeply with your heart, feeling it open and expand. So like I said in the beginning of practice, this full moon in Scorpio is all about healing and compassion. Healing from old things that have happened in our lives, being able to let them go, the ending, and then compassion for ourselves as we transition into new beginnings. Finding the beauty in new beginnings. The poet Rumi says that endings are somewhat of an illusion. He has a quote. It says, "Don't grieve, for everything you love comes around in another form." So this idea of energy exchanging, and that as we transition out of one thing, something greater, more aligned comes in our path. Seeing if we can find the beauty in any endings that have come our way recently. And see if you can locate the comfort and peace that comes when there is nothing more to be done. So part of the beauty of an ending is that there is nothing more to be done in regards to that. So when we have endings come in our lives, we can hold them, see the learnings that they brought us, and feel this sense of comfort and peace, knowing that there's nothing more to be done in that chapter or that phase or that situation. And we can find rest and peace in that knowing. And then letting it go with ease and grace, allowing that ending to come so that we have the space for a new beginning, for something greater that is meant for us. So really breathing into the heart here, allowing yourself to connect with healing energy for yourself or for others. And allowing compassion as we go through transitions in life. Taking 3 more full, deep breaths. as you exhale, slowly beginning to bend the knees, planting the feet, and then you're just going to roll to the side, coming off of your prop, finding your way up to a comfortable seat. We'll just take a few breaths sitting up before we come into our next pose. Maybe noticing if the heart space feels any different, maybe lighter, more open. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into Sleeping Beauty. So we're coming into a pose for the liver, which is our soul in yin. So you're going to come on the right side of the body, stacking the feet on top of each other and flexing the feet. And then your prop is going to come in front of the legs. So whatever you're using tonight, bring that in front of the legs. You're going to send the right arm out at shoulder height, palm facing up. Then the left knee bends and comes to rest here on the bolster. So the knee is in line with the hip, the ankle in line with the knee, the feet are both flexed. Then you're going to come and drop the head. If you want a support for the head, feel free to get it, maybe the eye pillow, or if you have a blanket. So if you want, you can have something to support the head, or just let the head come to the mat. And then your left hand is going to come above the right elbow. The left elbow is bent, but just relaxed in its place. And then we'll close the eyes. This pose is called Sleeping Beauty. And it's one of the only poses in yin that we only do on one side of the body. So we'll only do this here on the right side of the body. And that's because our liver, the physical organ of the liver, sits on the right side of the body. And this pose honors our liver. So when thinking about allowing endings to come, being open for new beginnings, the liver is our organ that's all about rebirth and renewal. It's the place where rebirth and renewal come from because it is the organ that houses our soul. So when we have these new beginnings, when we have these renewals in our life, they're coming from a place that's connected with our soul purpose, that's connected with our life purpose. So we've done some work tonight to let go of any blockages, to prepare ourselves to be ready for transition. And we're finishing in this Sleeping Beauty pose to allow all of these new beginnings or any of these transitions to come from a place connected with purpose. So just allowing the body to relax into your Sleeping Beauty. This is one of the deepest poses for inner calm, connecting with your intuition, finding a deep sense of inner stillness. Taking a few more deep, full breaths. And then, as you're ready, we're going to transition into Shavasana. So you can just roll onto the back, grab a blanket if you want it, if you want to cover up. Maybe bring your prop underneath the knees, or no props, you decide. Definitely covering the eyes if you can. Bringing the feet opposite sides of the mat, allowing the feet to flop out to the side. Just finding yourself to be as comfortable as possible for our final resting pose. The hands come by the side, palms are facing up. Chin is tucked slightly towards the chest to elongate the back of the neck. Just making any last adjustments so you can be as comfortable as possible. Shavasana is the time for our bodies to absorb the nutrients of our practice. The time for us to completely release, relax, and let go. Bringing the awareness to the top of the head. Relax the top of your head. Relax the forehead and the eyes. Relax the cheeks and the jaw. Relax the mouth and the tongue. Relax the back of the head. Relax the ears and the neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms and the wrists. Relax the hands and the fingers, letting go. Relax the chest. Relax the rib cage. Relax the torso. Relax the hips. Let them melt into the mat. Relax the thighs and the knees. Relax the calves and the ankles. Relax the feet and the toes, letting go. Relax your whole body. Let your whole body go. Slowly beginning to bring the awareness back to the breath. Beginning to notice the inhale and notice the exhale. Beginning to deepen the inhale Beginning to bring movement back to the body by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. When you're ready, bending the knees, rolling onto the side, maybe taking a breath or two on the side. And we'll slowly make our way up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet with the hands at the heart center, thumbs pushed against the heart, bowing to look within with gratitude. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining for practice. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. It was so nice to get to practice with you.